Selamat pagi, Pak.
Belum datang.
Oh, iya, Pak.
Ada di
Izin Bapak. Bapak dulu, Pak.
ya. Bapak mungkin. Mana dicek
Halo Pak, salam ulang Pak.
Izin Pak, salamannya bisa diulang Pak.
ya sehingga nanti saya cek.
Ya cukup Pak.
Terima kasih Pak. Terima kasih Pak.
Thank you very much for coming to Jakarta. Ya, tidak baru saja bilateral antara Wakil Presiden Menteri Jusuf membicarakan di samping pertama sama pemerintah dan rakyat mengucapkan bela sungkawa atau condolence daripada peristiwa di Christchurch, dan samping itu saya tidak mengucapkan terima kasih karena begitu cepatnya polisi di sana menyelesaikan soal hanya beberapa menit saja sudah ditangkap orangnya, dan juga kita meningkatkan hubungan ekonomi dan konferensinya.
Is it good morning still? Good morning. It's been a delight to join the Vice President and his team of ministers to discuss the nature of this visit, the fact that it's an Indo-Pacific conference, cooperation conference going on here today. But on the recent picture of New Zealand's history, we're here to pass on our condolences to the family of Pakalitic and the two who are seriously wounded and are still in our hospitals. Back in New Zealand, we're using every utility to support those families, but it's a chance to come to Indonesia direct and to pass on our appreciation for the support that Indonesia has given us in this very, very difficult time when there was an attack on two Muslim mosques by a non-New Zealander, an outsider, on the afternoon of the 15th of March. It's important that around the world we understand that only by tolerance and understanding and cooperation can we move on in the world. And this is a direct opportunity for me to explain that we stopped Parliament just the other day after 1 hour of debates in paying respect to the dead and the ones who are very seriously wounded in hospital, that there will be a cessation of events this Friday in New Zealand, a time of religious reflection on what's going on here, and then there's going to be a serious commemoration sometime next week as soon as we know the time that we can ensure that all the bodies have been released for their families to, in the traditional way, wash them and bury them, and then we will have a serious national tribute, inviting international interests to be there as well. Sorry to give such a long answer. It's a seriously difficult situation that my country has had to deal with.
Okay, thank you. Ada? Oh, one question.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. My name is Wella from IUCB. Prime Minister just the other informed that it's going to be a gun reform in New Zealand. I just want to know your explanation about that. How far is it going to for New Zealand? And the second question is, what is actually the motives from the Brendan Tarrant to do that? Is it only a white supremacist? Do you think so, or is there any plan, big plan, other than only white supremacy? Thank you very much.
That's two questions.
Yes.
Okay. The first one is, in the early afternoon of the 15th of March, our country changed forever, and so will our gun laws. But we are not going to, how shall I say it, detour from seeing those dead bodies and those wounded ones being treated properly first, and start doing other sort of work. So the answer on the gun laws will be coming very, very quickly. This time next week, you will see the principles behind what we've said developing into a law to go to Parliament. So it's going to be real quick. The second thing is, we don't mention that man's name. He doesn't deserve any fame whatsoever. And that's, as a country, Prime Minister's stance is, and our stance is, apart from there being a full-scale inquiry that the public can have confidence in as to what happened here in every respect, we'll leave it to that inquiry. And when we announce the nature of the inquiry and the level of the person who's doing it, I think the public can have confidence in that person. But I could say, from what I've seen personally, and looking at all the details from others who have seen more than I've seen, it appears in every respect he was a loner, acted alone. And what was so difficult for us, of course, is to try and work out how did he get to where he got to, which we know that if he had people working with him, it would have been far easier to discover. It doesn't mean that people don't share his mindless, idiotic, and cowardly behaviour. They may be in their hundreds, maybe in their thousands worldwide, but it's not a cell in New Zealand as far as we know.
Well, Mr. Country with Reuters, I have a question about whether you have a response to the Turkish president's comments about that he made yesterday at a political rally. Do you think?
I can say that the Turkish president, when this first broke, I honestly think he did not know the nature of it, and how could he, because we didn't know either enough of it. But since he's been apprised or informed of the facts, he's made a very conciliatory statement today with respect, which would stand in stark contrast to what he said the other day. So we're confident on that, and also we're going to the Islamic conference in 2 days' time to set any record straight that needs to be set right, that needs to be set straight as to what went on.
Is New Zealand considering changing its travel advice to Turkey as Australia is?
Well, that's, again, it's premature, and why I say that is that it doesn't, in terms of the mass that might be going, kick in until the third week in April. It's a whole month away. We want to deal with the issues we've got now and not be sidetracked, so that it could be said that when we should have shown more compassion and done more on the immediate problems facing these families, we were worrying about the political response. Well, the political response can be settled in the next few days and weeks. Thank you. Sorry.
Kasih ya.
Thank you.
Is there for cooperation between Indonesia and New Zealand for like anti-terrorism support was in this context white supremacy?
Are you saying it should be more cooperation between New Zealand and Indonesia on issues of terrorism? We couldn't agree more. Thank you very much.